With it right here with who I started with, we something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, 8 Central Coast, mom and suicide. Ellie's arsonist. I step in the booth and gas, I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music, I work hard at this.
That's right, and we're back on ChicanoTube. It's that quick midday fix. Do me a favor, Raza. That's all I ask. If you're listening live or if you're listening on the replay as well, my podcast style people that are tuning in throughout the jale, throughout the chamba, I appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and go through the formalities. Gracias, all the day oneers. Gracias, everyone inside the members only. The members only. I appreciate you guys more than you know. The members only is the backbone of the community. They pledge their something 99 every single month. And all that does is further strengthen the message, which is chicanismo, which is cultura, which is the raza. Hey, someone had to come on this pinche application and do something good with it, right? Not just all palomitas, not just all pegadas and throwing each other off the tira, and not just, again, more Mexicanos going after each other, but the positive. This is what we do over here, right? You want to hear about the palomitas, you want to hear about the novelas, the YouTube yarda and all that. Well, hey, if that's your cup of tea, then you might want to go trip out on Chicano Street TV. That's the second channel. Oh, yeah, we just started that one. So that's Chicano Street TV. But again, the members only. I appreciate you guys. And then we got all the, well, there ain't no more Chicano channels. They're all gone. I'm the Lone Ranger. There's no one else. Everyone else either ratted, everyone else either did something to a child. Everyone else is, or they're fucking with someone that is doing one of those two things. So there ain't no more Chicano channels. I'm the Lone Ranger. I'm the one that's going to carry this torch, but it's the positive. So this, it should have been that, right? It should have been a positive Chicano channel. But anyways, cabrones, let's go ahead and get into what we're going to talk about today. I've been covering this since it cracked, since it went off. It was Cain Velasquez. So let's go ahead and give some backstory. And do me a favor, man, just hit that like button if you can, and drop a comment. If you're listening on the replay, you could also drop a comment as well. You could hit that like button while you're at your shift at the UPS, Home Depot, In-N-Out Burger, my FedEx drivers, my blue collar working gente, man. Hit that like. Let's go ahead and give a little bit of backstory as everyone is coming in the comment section, dropping comments already. I appreciate you guys, man. Cain Velasquez, basically, his son told him that he was getting, let's just say, he was getting made contact with inappropriately. That's just, I guess that's the political way to say it, right? Politically correct way to say it, right? His son told him this. I think the son at the point, which this is 3 years ago, was 4 years old. Now the son must be 7 years old, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on there. He was just a child, man. He needed daycare. Okay. So Cain goes and picks up the child. This daycare facility is a very well-established facility. They showed pictures of the facility itself. It looks like, and I saw a lot of properties, cabrones. If this property gets sold, especially where it's located in San Jose, this is at least a $2 million property. At least a $2 million property, if I had to take a guess. Okay. Several rooms, several lobbies. It was just an outside facility, lush landscaping. Actually, it looked like it was situated on a couple acres. So it comes to light, this well-established daycare facility with great marks, 5 stars, great reputation, toda la chingada, right? Well, it comes to find out that the owner of the daycare facility, and I say this just, it breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart that Cain had to go through this. I got more empathy and compassion than a lot of cabrones on the internet, man. I don't sit on a horse. I'm not a tough guy. I don't think I'm anything. Whatever you want to say about me, that's fine, man. I accept it. It's all to the good. But I say this because Cain went through a lot of pain. Órale. Cain went through a lot of pain. Um, and so this woman that runs this facility that Cain Velasquez had his son, and I don't know if it's the daughter, but I know he has a daughter. I don't know if the daughter wasn't there, was there or not, but we only know about the son. That's all we know. We only talk about what's out there, okay? This is not the telling channel. This is not the Fed channel. If you're looking to get some breaking news or something to get someone prosecuted or something that has not already been published and publicized, you're in the wrong channel. You're in the wrong channel. And I'm not going to get into, oh, these people are telling, they're telling. That's Chicano Street TV stuff, you guys. If you guys want to go over there, that's where we get into that kind of stuff. Who's telling? It's the brothers. The brothers are telling. Chicano Street TV, that's where we talk about all that. Uncensored. No filtro, no hay pelos en la lengua. But that's over there, cabrones. We're on ChicanoTube right now. Let's not lose focus. Okay. So this lady at this facility that was a daycare that had high marks and reputations and reviews. Shout out to everyone in the comment section. I'm gonna shout you guys out right now, cabrones. Thank you. Appreciate your time too. She had a son that already had a chamarra for doing inappropriate things with children. Now let's set another foundation down. Here's another foundation. Cement. Solid. You can't break it. Anyone that does anything with any child, and I don't want to hear like these I don't want to get into Chicano street stuff, but about the sympathizers, because the sympathizers, and we were talking about that old case with the tattoo artist, the sympathizers, don't get this twisted. The sympathizers in Cain's case, in Cain Velasquez's case, would do the exact same thing. Well, let's hear Harry Goularte's side of the story, guys. We shouldn't jump to conclusions. We shouldn't say anything out of time. And anything can happen. It's called life. There's many situations that I don't want to hear it, but that's Chicano Street TV stuff. All right, let's keep it on ChicanoTube. All right. He ended up having a jacket. And not only that, when he ended up doing what he did to Cain's son, and I'm not even going to say allegedly now, because this is like, that's it. When you know a Mexicano that still has honor, still has palabra, comes from a Mexican family full of pride and honor, where your word means something, your handshake means something, period. Without a shadow of a doubt, I don't doubt when his son told him that this 4 or 5-year-old child in his innocent state is telling the truth. Stop it. All you pendejos, the sympathizer pendejos. Well, let's hear out the situation, guys. Every situation is different. 4 or 5 years old, 15, 16 years old. It doesn't matter. They're all sex offenders. But anyways, maybe not if someone didn't call the cops. Oh yeah, okay. Someone didn't call the police, then they're not a SEX offender, right? But we know they are. But anyways, this guy not only did he have a jacket for inappropriate contact with other children, again, 1 day, 1 minute under the age of 18, don't matter. That's a child. And only my parents understand that. I mean, man, no, let me take that back. There's probably non-parents that would understand that too. Anyways, he was on bail and had an ankle monitor on his ankle, gente, for the same exact charges. At the same time, he's committing the same offenses. Some of these people's minds are what the Bible calls reprobate. Is not the word deplorable like the one Hillary used. which is a goddamn shame, right? That I'm gonna call someone a piece of shit just because who they voted for. Since that came out of you and that's your character, just you can't hang, you can't kick it with us. So don't come around us. You're a weirdo, you know. But anyways, let's get back to this. So Cain, so that's the backstory on the daycare lady and this dude, this piece of mierda. Try to watch my words, Chicano too. This mierda that did that to Cain, son. I mean, they're saying up to 100. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is where your composure gets tested, gente. Let's see how mature you say you are. Because that happens to something, that situation happens like you're probably going to go out like Cain. Probably going to go out like Cain, right? And then we'll talk about what Cain did too, which was noble in its deed itself, justice in itself, yes, more, family justice, street justice, vigilante justice, whatever you want to call it, right? It's outside the law, right? Um, Not saying it's right is wrong, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that because it could have been a lot worse for Cain. I'll tell you that. And then we'll talk about the judge's sentence, man. Let me just go into the comment section. Mac Ryan, that's right, my boy. I appreciate you, man. Kimosavi, how the heck does the opportunity work there if he's a registered offender? What the fuck? No, okay, I'm glad you asked that. Okay, I almost skipped over that part. Kimosavi, thank you. Lo tenía de escondidas, güey. La mamá lo tenía de escondidas. She had him there unregistered. Do you see the problem when systems aren't in place? I mean, not everyone agrees with that, right? We're not talking about immigration. We're not going to be talking about the border. Not right now. We're going to stick on Cain. But can you see the issues when there's people that are not registered in some kind of system, etc., right? Even though that triggers people. The system, Mikey. We got to break the system. And I get it. I get it. Not right now, cabrones. Let me do my live. Not take this. He had him there, Kimosabi, de escondidas. De escondidas, right? Okay. So, let's see. Let me drink some water. Hold on. Visiting mom sent it. Give me a second. I don't want to lose my train of thought. Okay, we already broke down the piece of mierda. We already broke down that his mom had a very reputable daycare. And then now we're gonna get to the day of the crime. The day of it's not an allegedly, gente. This is again, you're looking for Fed information. Some of these cabron babosos, they actually talk like they're giving statements online. That's a trip, man. Let's not digress. That's Chicano Street TV. If you want to go ahead and jump to Chicano Street TV, it looks like, do I have the logo? That's the logo. So in case you wanted to see what the logo looks like on the channel, so you don't follow another channel that's not the channel. Over there, it's just uncensored, gente. Over there, we go in, we name names, all the sympathizers, we blast them over there. Everyone that's on the YouTube Yarda is over there. I just subscribed to a probation officer's perspective, cabrón. That was a good video. The last one you dropped. Man, that dude's ears are so big, he could pick up a satellite signal in Beirut in 8K way. All right, give me a second at there. Just give me a second. All right. Anyways, I'll take that off right there. So if you want to follow that channel, there it is. Boom. You got it right there. Let me just grab a little chicle too. Haciendo calor. I'm gonna roll these windows down. Hold on, gente. Hold on. We're gonna get to the day of what happened with Cain. And the book of Eli. No fun. No lie, fam. We should tell Trump to pardon him. So we're also gonna get to. There is a political aspect that comes into play when you live in California. We know that right now it's still about 65% blue. That's just the statistics. How do I know? I joined the Hispanic Assembly. I joined the Hispanic Assembly in November, and I thought it was, it's time to rock and roll, put boots to the ground. I'm gonna start having meetings with the farm workers, gente. The last meeting I went to when Karina Powers got, she won the seat, chairwoman of Central Committee, District 5, right? This is regional politics. This is, bigger than the city, right? It trickles down to the city, absolutely, but bigger than the city. Right there in that pinche cuarto where I was at, and yeah, most of them are güeros. Most of them are güeros, right? This wasn't a Hispanic assembly, but most of them are a meeting, official. This was just a meeting, right? A politic meeting, right? Most of them are güeros. Guess what? I met about 8 to 10 cabrones that I only seen their name on billboards. I only seen these cabrones' name on billboards, and they're the owners of the largest ag lands in Monterey County. So it was like God was putting me in a perfect place, like Joseph. Boom, cabron, you have the network already. It's time to do the work. We're gonna get out there. We're gonna start doing meetings with the campesinos. Not too many. I'm not talking about frequent meetings, but at least I'm going to visit at least each contractor one time to have the meeting. And then I give, my information. That way they can get a hold of me. And these are encouraging meetings, know your rights meetings, educate the raza meetings. But anyways, now I'm digressing. Let's go back to Cain, right? Tell Trump to pardon him too. It's a political state, cabron. People aren't going to want to admit this, but the blue side does protect chomos. Oh, shit. Oh no. A couple people just unsubscribed right now. I mean, keep it a buck, man. You've got district attorneys that have given, I mean, months. There was a pinche gavacho who art a woman a couple years ago. Okay. And this was over there at Stanford University, right here in California. This gavacho se parece que tiene dinero. He r'd somebody unconscious, la drogó, and then r'd her and left her right there in a dumpster container, in the enclosure of a dumpster container. That actually happened. You know what the guy got? Huh. He didn't even see a day in jail. He didn't even see a day in jail. But if that was a Mexicano, if that was an Africano, if that was someone, they like to lie to us and tell us that we're minorities. We know we're the majority. Mexicans. I'm only talking about Mexicans. They would have threw the whole absolute book at them. But it's just what it is. It's politics, right? Some people see it as no, help them, rehabilitate them. Don't give them no jail time. It should be more love and care and hugs. We need more safe zones. If there's more safe spaces, there'd be less crime. Anyways, that's a California thing, right? Let's go back to Cain. The day of, gente. The day of. Let's talk about that. Hold on. Oh, there it is. The day of, he finds out from his son and loses absolutely todas sus canicas, gente. All of them. All of them. All of them. All of them. I can imagine it's like this rage that comes. It's como si se te mete un demonio, güey. Como si te mete un pinche demonio inside of you. I would assume. I don't know. And next thing you know, you're overtaken. You're overtaken. It's crazy. Some of these movies, they say que se puede meter el pinche demonio so much in you that people black out. But also other people say, no, that's CIA kind of brainwash experiments también. But anyways, let's not go down that rabbit hole right now. He loses it, jumps in his troca, grabs his cohete, and guess what he had? He had a 40 caliber. Chingado. Cain was packing pretty good. I mean, 10 more millimeters, and he would have had a 50 caliber barrel, which only one time I seen in person, only one time, right? And it was crazy, man. It tenía un pinche cañón, el hoyo, and it was a triangular shape. The youngsters go to 7-Eleven now and they buy Slurpees and something else. We used to go to the 7-Eleven to buy Guns and Ammo magazine and Swisher Sweets. But anyways, times have changed, right? Kamala Harris was the DA. Damn, cabrón. Okay, I don't want to digress, so I'm going to start getting in the comments and digress. Thank you, Kimosabi. I appreciate you, cabrón. Kimosabi's been a day wonder, man, on all the Raza channels. Ahí está con su voz, man. We appreciate your support, man. Not just the Raza channels, the Latino channels, you name it, man. I appreciate you, Kimosabi. Okay, let's not digress. With Cain, he loses his marbles, jumps in the troca, grabs the 40 cal and says, you know what? There's only one way to go about this. There's only one way, and that was in his mind at that time, to go about this. And guess what it was? That's what he was going to do. I did that sound effect with the boca. Pretty good at doing those sound effects. But anyways, he grabbed the 40 cal. He jumped in there. I don't know if anyone else was in the ride. You guys can go and hear the docket. You guys can go and hear the case number and all that other stuff. But now he's in pursuit. Boom, locates the car, and the pursuit is on. And the piece of mierda is with his father. Well, I don't know if it was stepfather or father. They're jamming it out there. Now they're in the calles of San Jo or Santa Clara. Well, Santa Clara is the county, but it's also its own city. But I get confused with that too, but it's my second home, man. Shout out to San Jose. They're at the lights and he catches them at the lights. He pulls out the 40. Cain does. And again, gente, it's all public information. You're looking for to get some new info or some paperwork or a minute order. Don't waste your time, cabrones. That ain't gonna happen here. Not on this channel. Or don't think you're gonna come to the channel and start telling stories. You can miss me with all that. You can keep your stories. I'm good. Angel Valenzuela says both sides. That's right, cabron. I appreciate you. Okay, I don't want to digress. Here we go. So, okay, he sees him at the loose, and when he pulls out the 40, caliber, he lets off at least 11. Now, esas sí son, what is it called? The 40 caliber is como se dice, es cacha larga. It's not like the short rounds, like the Beretta. That's the one. Pasa, pasa. Not the short round like they did like with the 17 shot Berettas and stuff. Those are short rounds. These are like long rounds, okay? Like the ones they used to have in the 1911s. The 1911s used to have long rounds, and that will just do some damage. He shot about 11 shots at the car's direction, and the intersection. This was bad. This was made it look bad. You know what I mean? This was made it look bad. There was the intersection was full of cars. So of course, not everyone's the best shot in the world. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Cain's a pinchy. I don't think he's some kind of super sniper where he's gonna hit things. The bullet, in the what's it called, the arrow splitting the arrow. I don't know if he's that accurate, but he shot at the intersection. Doom, 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 doom. 11 times. At least one of those bullets hit the dad's elbow. Bing. So he wasn't far. His aim was, he was trying to dust the car, gente. He was trying to send that car al infierno. He's just so livid, so mad. One of the bullets ended up hitting no el way, but the dad. So that looks bad. And then that there's cars at the intersection, that looks bad. Because 11 shots, I mean, it could be more than this, but just to give it a ratio, something that's even, 11 shots could have been 11 bodies. It could have been 11 bodies that Cain right now would be doing time for. All for what? It was rage, right? But there's a criminal defense to it. What is it called? I think it has the word passion in it, right? Crime of passion. In the heat of passion, These defenses to attorneys came about in situations where people were like Cain's situation. I understand what he was going through, and then they bring up this defense or Thomas versus Miller, whatever the hell, you know what I mean? It basically it lets the judge understand, hey, el güey estaba encabronado and he let all the shots go. He emptied the clip. 11 shot. Matter of fact, that's exactly the same amount of rounds that a 1911 has. Huh. What a coincidence. I mentioned that. And the 1911 also had 11 shots in the magazine. What a trip. He let all 11 shots go. It could have been 11 bodies, period. Period. It could have been a lot worse. Now let's talk about the sentencing. Daniel Gonzalez says X Mag. That's right. Oh, is that a new magazine? Yeah, the only time we go to 7-Eleven, and I mean, yeah, again, this is 90s. It wasn't for Slurpees or anything. It was for Guns and Ammo magazine in Vegas, Garcia, Vegas. But anyways, it was a different time, right? He had loose lips. I don't even call him loose cannon no more. I just call him loose lips. You know what I mean? Loose lips, because this is what the people are saying. So I'm just running with the funny nicknames. And Mexicanos, we give good nicknames. They say loose lips. The other one's called Fed Baby. And I don't know what they're calling the other dude, the main dude. Heat of Passion. Okay. Someone could look that up though. I'm sure there's that. There probably was one case that led to that, right? You're just so enraged. And a lot of it has to do with children. A lot of it has to do with children. Anyways, okay. So did he get love at court? Did he get love at court? Ultimately, that's what people are asking right now. 5 years, 5 years. Well, gente, I'm gonna tell you like this. He should have. Okay, if we were in Texas, gente, he wouldn't have seen a day in jail. That's just how two different tribunals can see things differently. The same situation, two different sets of glasses, lenses, can be seen completely differently. Okay? If he was in Texas, he wouldn't have seen a day in jail. Yes, they would have did all the court deliberations and everything, but he would have been on the outs and never would have, again, sat inside a jail cell, much the less gave him any kind of years like he got yesterday, right? But that's Texas. Those are red states. We already know the red states. They're conservative states. They love guns over there. Everyone has a dirty Harry on the hip. There's dirty Harrys on the dashboards of the cars. I remember last time I went to Texas, I was at the Cracker Barrel. The Gabacho in front of me had a 357, I mean, cañón right off the hip. I ain't even tripping. Actually reminded me of the Western days and shit. So it's different over there. You see Bible scriptures on all the billboards. You see churches on all the corner. Conservative states are a different environment, right? We're in a liberal state, at least for another, year or two, but it's looking like, if they win 2028 again, the state will flip. For sure, the state will flip. But anyways, that's politics. Okay, we might talk about that tomorrow night, gente. Wednesday night, Chicano Street Studios. But anyways, let's get back to it. Kimosabi. Okay, I'm glad you kept me in line, cabron. I almost was digressing. 5 years. 5 years, gente, for that kind of case, that kind of damage that could have been done. A lot of damage could have been done in a fit of what I'll call justified rage, right? Is love. Gente, that's love. Now, I don't know. He ended up. I believe he was only in custody like about a year, right? I don't know how the credits work. It's like they're giving him 1 for 3 days in Santa Clara County. It's like it's 1 for 3 because they're giving him over 1,200 days credit. That and he only did a year, and I could be wrong. I don't know. He wasn't in custody, 2-3 years. No, he got out at some point. Maybe he did a year and a half, right? Or something. But I don't know how they calculate the days. But he's got 1,200 and they said 63 days credit. He got 5, which again, I think is love. He's going to have to go sit down for at least, let's just say around 16 months. But if you look at if there's anything that you could look at, was they gave him bail. And the judge even said at the set, or I forgot who was mitigating it. It was either his attorney. It had to be his attorney. I don't know if it was a judge or his attorney, and said, he's no flight risk. He's no threat to the community. He's got a proven track record that he has deep roots in his community. So he's not a flight risk. He's not going to take off. They considered that. They considered everything he does. And they gave him the lower term. 5 for a cohete discharge. Okay, if he would have been a gang member, there's a law that passed like in 2002, 1 or 2, I don't know. I remember I was in Delano. When it passed. I remember getting the flyer under the door. 10-20 life. If he would have been a gang member, just being a gang member and having the cohete, 10 years, even though they are trying to do away with these laws. There's some litigation. They're trying to do away with all the enhancements, right? You can look at that both ways. Tough on crime, soft on crime, but it is what it is, right? 10 years for just having the gun as a gang member, 20 years for discharging it as a gang member, and life if it strikes a person as a gang member. He didn't get none of that because he's not, right? I know people want to say, yeah, he's from Salinas. Well, I know, cabron. I know he's from Salinas, and I know he went to school also in Arizona. And I know that his dad retired from driving a tractor in the fields in Salinas. I know that. Come on, cabrones. I don't know my people. Yeah, of course, Cain is from right here where I'm standing right now, where my 10 toes are touching right now. Cain's from here, and his parents have a house right here. But they also have a house in Yuma, I heard, because the corrida for the farm workers is Salinas to Yuma. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. That's why we got the largest concentration of campesinos here and in the Central Valley, and we're neighbors. So the Central Valley is directly east of us, and we're west. But let's get back. He got love on a lower term. He absolutely did get love, man, from courts that have been known to sympathize with anyone that abuses a child. I bet you those pendejos, they love those laws, and they like that shit. That, oh, well, I just got to get a good lawyer and we'll get some rehabilitation classes, but you won't see a day in jail. I say we should do what Governor Ron DeSantis said in Florida: castrate every single one of those babosos. Anyone that did anything to a child under the age of 18, castrate all of them, because those babosos aren't going to stop. They got something in their head. But anyways, okay. What about the pedo? What time did he get? Do you notice how they're not even, Ivan Mora? Do you notice how they get no coverage on that? Bro, that's adrede, way. That is adrede. They're not even saying anything about him. They're not talking about, did he get double the sentence? Did he get violated? Because he already had the bracelet on his pinche pierna for tocando otro niño while he did that to Cain's son. Do you notice how that gets no coverage? Bro, I'm telling you, is the news is not even the news no more. It's just an agenda, bro. That they're just feeding you how they want you to feel. The next 4 years, they're just gonna tell you that your world is burning and that everything is falling apart, that the economy is, and the only people that believe that shit is the people that don't know it directly, because they're not in the economy. They're not buying or selling houses, so they don't know that the interest rate is already getting to under 6. They wouldn't know that. They're not looking for a job. That way they wouldn't know there's more jobs now, and they're creating more jobs than there is job seekers. And the unemployment rate now is going down. They wouldn't even know that. So most of the people that comment on social media, they wouldn't know none of this shit, right? Because they're not making no moves. But anyways, that's just the way it is, man. That's just the way it is. Man on fire. That's true. That's right. Miss ChicanoTube is in the building. I appreciate you. She's tuning into the lunchtime quick time mix. The blue state is so soft on, again. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. Cain, 5 years, absolutely love. I think a lot had to do with, one, having an attorney. to having the community's back. The community had his back. The courthouse was packed. Every time he went to the court was packed, and it's because every single father, the fathers are the ones that have the parents too, and the mothers también. But the fathers, they have compassion for that, or else you'll have these pendejos. They'll say, oh, no, I'm not going to play the clip here. I almost was going to play a clip. But anyways, not that. You got to have compassion to put yourself in his shoes. 5 years, he'll be out probably this time next year. They're probably going to schedule a surrender date that'll break on the internet también. And everyone will be talking about Cain Velasquez turned himself in, blah, 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 and whoop-de-whoop. But guess what? I felt like no one else, none other than your boy, should cover this thing because he's from Salinas. I didn't even hear the other channels don't even say that neither, huh? He's from right here, or my toes are hitting the ground. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Let's get into the comment section one more time. Freaking Velasquez, send the vato hella care packages, the commissary, man. Yeah, I know. Some people hit me in the DMs, right? Maybe on the other channel we'll talk about that. Will he hit the linea? That's funny. Will he hit the linea? Well, I don't see why not. I know Icon was like, he put out a message, Icon, right? He tried to pat it down. Got him at the Icon. Don't pat that down. Lefty had to go in protective custody in Texas. He had to. No, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. Is he a man? Is he a grown man? Then I don't care if they put you in 5 dungeons, a dungeon within a dungeon within a dungeon. You don't have to do anything. Even though you could be away and down and sitting down, you could still wiggle, you could still navigate. That's Chicano Spring TV. But I don't want to hear that, oh, well, now he's in California. Whoa, he had to do that. He doesn't have to do anything. And he knows it too. But anyways, that was a quick little way to back him up. Cain doesn't have to do anything neither. He's going to do what he's going to do. But guess what? Cain got love. Cain got love and will be received with love when he comes back after sitting down for 14 months or 16 months. He's like Mike Tyson. He's like Mike Tyson. He's going to go everywhere and get love. And hopefully he doesn't run into any POS, these manipulators, these people that can try to take advantage of him. You know what I mean? Just because they don't have an out date. But anyways, whole different topic. We'll talk about that on a whole different channel. You guys, I'm out live on ChicanoTube. I'll see you Wednesday night. I'm thinking of doing an open live on Wednesday night. Let me see if I'll put a poll out and see what you guys want to do on Wednesday night. Maybe we'll do an open live. That means maybe we'll have guests. Or maybe we'll just do phone lines because I haven't done phone lines lately. But for sure, we're going to get into it. I'll put a poll out to see what you guys want to do on Wednesday night. And then we'll go from there. You guys, I'm out. The quick mix, it's a wrap. Cain Velasquez, in summary, did get love for someone in California discharging a 40 Glock, dumping the whole magazine at an intersection and hitting someone with one of those, which is the dad of the mierda, piece of mierda. And he got love. So he's going to have to turn himself in and sit down for about a year. I say a year and a half max, but he's going to come back out with even more status, even more a hero. And every dad is got his back and is in his corner. Gente, I'm out. I'll see you on Wednesday night. Remember what I always say? In the end, all you got is the memories.